Hi guys, it's your girl Jessica from A Big Girl's Life. Hey girl, hey. Hey guys, hey. So I just decided to do a video to catch you guys up to speed. So for those of you who do not know, I had a gastric sleeve on January 27th, 2017. This week makes month 4. My heaviest weight that I'm gonna accept is 289. My surgical weight was 263, 264. I am currently today, which is like May 24th or 25th, I don't know. I'm 211. So over like 70 pounds down, over 50 pounds since like surgery. So, I guess that's a good thing. I feel more energy sometimes, but I've been having health issues, so we'll talk about that. Even looking at myself right now in this camera, I still see myself as like the girl pushing 300 pounds. I do not see like that I lost weight. I don't know. I'm not complaining. I clearly have lost weight. The scale doesn't lie. But I am currently having a stall because of what I'm about to talk about. So, about 2.5 weeks ago, I woke up in severe pain. All of my muscles were aching. My shoulder muscles, my arms, my legs, even my stomach. I just had a lot of sharp pains and cramping. It just kept cramping. And when it wasn't like actively cramping, it was a just weird pain like in my leg. I do have a friend who has also did this, a person went to school with and like work with. Go check her page out, Ebony Elbow. So she did it. I know she had some complications and she talked about it in her YouTube video. And so I went back and looked at that and I was like, well, it could be the same thing. Maybe you're like deficient in some of your nutrients. So when you have half a stomach like I do now, or less than half a stomach, you have to be careful because your body won't absorb everything. And I'm so sorry I'm saying I'm just trying to keep saying it over and over again. I'm just trying to piece everything together so that it makes sense. Okay, not saying I hate when people say every sentence. Like that kills me. And the more I hate it, the more I do it. Especially like doing these YouTube videos. Like I hate that. I'm not a very good speaker. Most of the times people say, what? You talk too fast. You talk too slow. I'm born in Georgia, raised in Florida, living in Alaska. So most of the times I have to repeat myself and slow down. So sorry guys, sorry. So I did watch her video a long time ago and saw she had some issues with, potassium and magnesium are very, very important, nutrients that you need to have in your body. I have had issues before where I was deficient in magnesium. Still saying back in like 2014, I found I was pregnant because I had a seizure because I was like severely deficient in mag. My mag level was like 0.9, which is very deficient. And so I ended up having a seizure. So fast forward to present day, I knew this going into having a gastric sleeve. My dog is barking. Like, just hold on. He has a dog collar on and we don't like to shock him, but we will beep him. But since I'm standing up, we can see that clearly I am like, back up, so I'm like losing weight. My pants, I can like, without showing you like the inside of my clothes, I can like clearly show you that I am like losing weight. I just don't feel like it mentally. Okay, anyway, so excuse my room. It's like a mini greenhouse. We got plants everywhere in the windowsills. If you haven't watched those videos, go check them out. They're all on my page about the garden experience. So yeah, so anyway, I had issues prior to surgery years ago where I knew that if nutrition is not my strong point, right? Yes, I'm a nurse. Yes, I tell people all day long about what to do with their lives, but it's different for me. So I ended up having these issues where severe cramping, pain. I felt weak. I was cooking like potato salad, not for me to eat, but for other people. And I went to like lift the pot off the stove and I felt like I couldn't even lift the pot up. Like it was a struggle. So I ended up putting it back down and having my daughter help me. And so at that point I was like, something is wrong. So I messaged my bariatric team. One of the downfalls to having bariatric surgery is I feel like, and many other people feel the same way, once you actually have surgery, you kind of feel like they drop you off. Like, you're on your own. See you 3 months. See you whenever, And so I did message them and say, hey, I want my labs done. I'm like creeping on month 4. My follow-up is like the week of my month 4. And I want to have lab work before my follow-up, so I'm not playing this game of back and forth. It is a pandemic. Doctor's offices are not like letting people just come in. So I did ask for that. I was advised to go to the ER. Once I told them what was happening, I went to the ER and it was horrible. Like I came there, I did not want to go to the ER. Okay. I had to leave work. Okay. Go to the ER. It's COVID. Like this ER is already dirty. You know, I didn't want to be in there. I get there, I tell them exactly what's going on. I had bariatric surgery. I'm scared that maybe my magnesium or my potassium, something may be wrong because I am cramping severely and I hurt. It hurt to walk. It hurt to move. It was just a general hurt. I don't know how to describe it. It wasn't, you know, you're in a car accident and you're like, oh, my muscles are sore. It wasn't that. It was a different type of hurt. It was more intense. It hurt worse than it was a severe muscle spasm, and it kept happening. And so prior to me even going to the ER, before I even called the doctor's office, I'm going to try to fix everything myself so I ain't got to go see them people. Okay. That's how I feel about it. Them people. I end up taking magnesium tablets. Magnesium supplements are, if you're like having gastric surgeries, you should like look into it. Even if you're not, magnesium helps you. It can help you use the bathroom. It helps relax your muscle. It helps with heart function. So considering the fact that I have all those issues, I took a magnesium tablet for like 2 days in a row. At first, it did ease up, but then it came back stronger. I took baths in Epsom salt. I soaked. I did heating pad. I used icy hot, and it wasn't working. So I called the doctor's office. They told me to go to ER. I went, and it was horrible. The doctor didn't really even examine me, which I wasn't mad. I mean, it's COVID. I get it. But he was like, where's your pain? Oh, here too, here. And I'm like, I'm not having like any issues with my appendix or anything that I know of. And if I was, he wouldn't know because he didn't like do the lab work. Like he legit did basic CBC, BMP, CMP, allegedly, right? I am a horrible stick. I have horrible veins, skinny, fat, short, tall, whatever. My veins are really bad. So I don't take pleasure in just going to get lab work. You know, I need somebody who know what they're doing. Eventually he wanted me to get fluids. I didn't get fluids because they couldn't get a line in. They just took the labs. 4.5 hours later, lab work came back fine. Go home. I'm out of here because y'all people ain't did nothing. I was like, can I just get a Tylenol? They was like, well, you want Percocet? I didn't ask for Percocet. I just asked you for a Tylenol. Like, help me, like a little bit of pain relief. I can't take NSAIDs, which are Motrin, Aleve, all the good stuff that really helps. I can't take it because I've had gastric sleeve. So if you have the gastric sleeve or looking into having gastric sleeve, especially if you're looking into it, you have to realize that those Motrins and ibuprofen and my favorite, Aleve, you cannot take that stuff. So if you claim that Tylenol doesn't work, think about that before you have the surgery. Fast forward, I called my primary doctor. Once I left the ER, I made an appointment with her the next day. My concern was, okay, if my magnesium and my potassium levels are fine, I have family members on my father's side. Both my sides of family are like fucked up medically. Sorry. But genetically, I don't like to play around with stuff because genetically I have bad genetic traits, okay? And so I was like, I have family who have RA, rheumatoid arthritis. I have family who have fibro. So we need to be doing workups because prior to weight loss surgery about a year ago, something similar happened where I can barely move and was having muscle spasm, not to this severity, but similar. And I was told by my primary provider, oh, don't worry about it. You're going to have gastric surgery. The biggest cure for all those things is weight loss. If you lose the weight, you should feel better. Then why skinny people suffering? But anyway, that's what she told me prior to surgery. So now I'll come back to her. I'm like, hey, I've been ER. This is what's happening to me. We need to like look into maybe doing some studies or some type of testing other than a CBC, CMP, basic labs. I need to like make sure I'm okay because at this point, I feel like something is really wrong. I'm getting headaches. I've been down, stand up. I'm dizzy, about to fall out. I was not feeling good. Okay. So she's like, oh, well, it could be COVID. I said, only thing that I have that's COVID could be is the headache, but the headache didn't start till after all of this started. So I don't have COVID, but she wouldn't even do anything. No labs, no medication. She was like, well, here, I can give you this. I said, baby, that's an NSAID, the class of medicine that you're trying to give me, I cannot take. I have gastric sleeve, which I keep telling you. Well, just take it and let's see how you do with it. If you can't tolerate it, we don't need to take it. Bitch, like, did you really just say that to me? Like, if I take a medication and I have gastric sleeve and I'm new in the game, like almost 4 months post-op, not like I'm a year or two out where you can say, oh, let's just see. If I take that, I can get stomach bleeding, stomach ulcers. You can do a whole, but you could kill me pretty much. There's a lot of things you can do to someone taking that kind of stuff and say, let's see how it works. So I was like, oh, okay, click into that. I went and did the COVID test because she insisted, even though like my job offers free COVID tests weekly, I didn't have COVID. Okay. So COVID, they called me, your tests are negative. Okay, well, I need a new appointment with her because she needs to tell me what's going on. We need a game plan. Oh, her response, it could still be COVID because just because your test says negative, it's so many false positives. And if you're still having pain next week to come back, you want me to go 3 weeks feeling like this? Like, I'm not one to run to the doctor. Usually when I go to the doctor, is something wrong? And then they look at me like, oh my God, you're so young. Why is your heart doing this? Oh my God, you're so young. How did this happen? I need to, like, when I die, you can just donate me to like medical science and then cremate me and give my body to my husband. Okay. I'm not normal. I know me. I've been me for 33 years. I've been fucked up since high school. Like, I remember 14 is when they started finding out medical issues for me. Okay. I know me. So I was not pleased at her answer. And so I was very upset. I like cried. I was very, very upset and just disappointed because as a nurse, I give my all to my patients, even the ones who get on my last nerve, even the ones who I should just ignore. I don't do that. I go, whether I'm working inpatient, I don't care if I was on a mother baby unit and it's just a mother baby nurse. Fuck that. I gave my patients my all. In the clinic, I give my patients my all. If I think something is wrong with you, I'm going to get up and I'm going to advocate for you. I'm not going to just say, oh, we'll just see. Like, that's not, that's not what kind of care I give. So I was very hurt that that's the kind of care that I was receiving. And I knew that something was clearly wrong because I should not be standing up. And I don't mean like when you get out the bed. I mean, I can be like outside, sitting down, stand up, and I'm about to pass out. God forbid if I bend down below knee level, like squatting down on the ground to like do gardening, I get up, I'm about to pass out. I can't. It was just weird. This weird pain, spasms. I was in the ER and I'm just moving my leg and she's like, you have to pee? No, bitch, my leg is spazzing. Like I'm in pain. Have a good day, And so I ended up talking to my bariatric doctor and he was like, oh yeah, we did all of your lab works. They did the whole workup panel, which my primary care should call that, and found out that my TSH level, your thyroid function, was 0.08. Prior to surgery, one of my OBGYN providers had started me on thyroid medicine because my labs were borderline. Prior to that, years ago, one of my primary care providers had started me on thyroid level medication for the same reason, and I was symptomatic. I saw an endocrinologist who said, stop, do not take this medicine. Fast forward, I'm back on a natural medicine, which I was told would not affect me as much because it was a natural hormone, and I'm just giving myself optimal levels versus being so low, right? I've been on that medicine for a year now, and I've had blood work once, initially right after I started, and then I think like every time I ask for blood work, my primary provider always has something else, or they come back and they're barely okay. Now that I've lost a lot of weight, true to form, everything is kind of like So my bariatric doctor is like, hey, you need to change your dose, you need a lower dose, and I'm like, I am on the lowest dose. And the fact that my TSH level was like 0.08, that's like barely functioning. I'm getting ready to like probably be in hyperthyroid, which is why I am feeling the way that I'm feeling. I was very shocked because all of my other labs came back fine. Everything was fine, like my iron level, and I'm usually anemic, but I'm not anemic. My potassium was fine. My magnesium was fine. I don't know if it's because I was taking magnesium supplements, but it was fine. For the first time in my life, my vitamin D, in my adult life since I've been checking, my vitamin D was fine. It was low normal. It wasn't usually, especially living in Alaska, being black and dark skinned, no real sun yet. Usually my vitamin D levels are really bad, but they were like normal except for my TSH. I've also found out that at my point in the game, I should be eating about 900 to 1100 calories. I did meet with a dietitian. She talked more than I do, y'all. Y'all see me, it's almost 15 minutes in and I'm still talking. But imagine hearing about food and nutrition for 30-45 minutes. You sort of tune some shit out, okay? So I do remember her telling me like calorie amounts. I could have like initial post-op stage protein goals are like 40. I don't know why I didn't like catch her when she said 60 to 80, but I thought I was doing it. I was drinking a protein shake in the morning and then eating food that contains protein. A couple weeks ago, I did have issues where I really couldn't tolerate protein. I was vomiting after my protein shakes. So now I'm not getting enough protein in. So I'm supposed to be getting about 80 grams of protein in a day and about 900 to 1100 calories. And to me, that's a lot. You take half my stomach and then you tell me to eat. So I'm just switching now to like foods high in protein. Oh, and dehydration, my stall. So I'm currently 211. I've been there for a week. I even like went number 2 and I didn't drop a pound. So I normally notice that when that happens, I'm getting dehydrated, which could explain some of the dizziness. I have been drinking water. Some days I drink about 4 water bottles plus, protein shakes. But then I looked at it, since I've been sick and having a lot of issues, I have not been drinking as much as I normally would. At one point, I realized I was drinking a lot of water easy because once you have the surgery, it's kind of difficult to drink water. You can't gulp anything down. You have to sip, and I hate that. I want a straw and I want to, okay? Take that how you want to. But anyway, so I need to drink more water. So I've been working on drinking, 2 water bottles by 12. That's like about almost like 40 ounces, a little less than 40 ounces. And so if I drink a milkshake, well, it's protein shake, but my son calls it milkshake. If I drink a protein shake, that's 11 ounces. So I'm kind of like preparing myself for success early in the day. So at nighttime, if I'm not feeling it, then I'm not like pushing 80 ounces at one time. So kind of give yourself time to space that out. I went into the office on Friday. We still working from home, but it was my turn to go in for someone. And I did not drink a lot of fluids. Then the dizziness got worse. So I noticed that while I'm in the office, I do not do as good as if I'm at home working from home, because it's nothing else to do but drink water on a laptop this big, right? So my goals now are to hydrate. I am probably going to go get some IV fluids in next week from the Hydrate Alaska place. Check out one of my first videos back about the hydrating tricks and talk about that place. So if you are in Anchorage or Palmer, Alaska, go to Hydrate Alaska for all your IV hydration needs. Shameless plug. I don't get paid for that. Just like, hey, pause. I don't get paid for these videos either, okay? This is something that I do to keep my life on accountability, okay? So it don't hurt y'all to like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. It's free. It ain't hurting you none. I'm telling you about, I'm going through this, not you, okay? So anyways, I am going to like start eating, like I told the doctor I was eating salads, and he was like, whoa, that's like month 4 through 6. I'm month 4 this week, like chill. I can tolerate lettuce. I can tolerate spinach, arugula. A lot of people post-op cannot. I can't eat a lot of it, but I can eat enough. Like I made lettuce and boiled egg and sunflower seeds, which is not supposed to lettuce, sunflower seeds, nuts are not supposed to be. It's like month 4 to 6 or whatever. But I could tolerate it, so why not? And so I did that and some sweet peppers. And then I use Green Goddess. If you're someone who loves ranch and you just can't see yourself leaving ranch and that fat-free ranch is nasty, Green Goddess, I get the Walmart brand. It's cheap, no carbs, no sugar. It tastes like ranch. It's good. I just been eating a little bit of that at a time and then eating more eggs. I tried to order. We went to Roadhouse this week. Last week because it's Sunday. So Friday we went to Roadhouse and I ordered chicken. It was my first time in like a big group setting of people that I really didn't know. So it was awkward ordering, but I just ordered a chicken and a sweet potato and green beans. You can't go wrong with that. And so my goal is to like get my fluids in, get more protein in, because apparently, so what happens if you have weight loss surgery and you're losing all this weight, but you're not putting enough calories and nutrition in your body, you start to burn muscle. And so you see, I got like a lot of flabby going on here. I had started doing like basic workouts. But he told me to not do anything for about 2 weeks and rebuild, nutrition, because if I'm working out and I'm not having proper nutrition, you don't burn fat anymore, you burn muscle. And so that could be another reason why he said I was having the muscle spasms and pain. And so we have a 2-week plan to try and like increase my calories, increase my protein, and see can I like continue to keep my own muscle mass and then work out to make everything go back to, nicer. I mean, I understand VSG, I had a chance of losing weight and having flappy skin, as with any weight loss. And so I'm not for that. Like, I mean, the fact that I'm losing weight a little slower, well, according to the grid, I'm right on target weight loss. But like some people like lose 50 pounds in a month, and and I'm not doing that. It's been 50 pounds since January. So I kind of feel like I should be losing more weight, but then I'm not upset it's slowing down because I want the skin to be able to contract with it. So when I start working out again in 2 weeks, I'm gonna like be real serious because I don't want that flappy skin. And it's one thing to like work out and you have like muscle tone and then you have a little loose skin. That's one thing, but to like have flaccid muscle and loose skin, bitch, nah, man, you can't. That's not attractive to me personally. If you have it, sorry, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but knowing me, because I have been skinny before, I had muscles before, they worked. I just don't want to lose my muscle mass because it is painful and I hurt. So I'll check back in with you guys later. The kids are fine. Jordan is graduating 5th grade. She's going to middle school next year. Mr. Christian, he'll be in kindergarten next year. So I'll be crying whenever school opens back up in August, hopefully. So I'm going to cry because my kids are growing up. Relationship is going, cool. Nothing to like, go into too much detail about. Everything is cool. Schoolwork is cool. I am kind of slacking because I should be done with like 2 classes by now. I've been in these classes for like 3.5 weeks. I am doing like WGU, which is like faster pace or at your own pace. And I am taking like a humanities class and I can't even read two questions without getting sleepy. So y'all pray for me because I get test anxiety for those subjects. Once I get to like my core BSN classes, I don't really have a problem with doing like papers and essays on a study or field of study that I'm in, but like humanities, public speaking, communication, yes, I'm doing this, so my public speaking should be like an A, but you have to use their programs, download. It's just a lot, you feel me? Put in visual aids, it's a lot, you feel me? So I just need to get my together. So I'm gonna get off of YouTube and I'm gonna go study and try to take a pretest without falling asleep. If I could knock out this humanities class and then knock out this little speaking communications class, I'm in the nursing classes. Like, I'm in the BSN portion, and then I can like, opportunities are knocking. So it's your girl Jessica from A Big Girl's Life. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram at A_big_girls_life. Holla.